Welcome in, everyone. I'm Gabriel, and you're watching Drum Tip Tuesday once again, and today we're going to be talking about drum gear. Last week, we spoke about the cymbals, and by request, this week, we are talking about the drums. What drums? Specifically PDP's drums. Even more specific than that, PDP by DW's PDX722 7-piece shell pack, which means basically that I have a 22-inch kick, 14-inch snare drum, even size toms 8 through 16, and I'm pretty glad I got this kit. I got a great deal on it, $500. It's like less than half of what it cost new, and it's all maple shells, which I really wanted when I was in my 20s, and it was such an in-demand shell material back then. They have all kinds of different exotic woods now, but back then, if it wasn't maple, it was second class, and I really like these. They have a great sound that is, to me, nostalgic and just full and resonant. Specifics of this are a couple. There is something called a suspension tom mount. It's not a very big deal. Everybody does this. I remember back then it was like a big deal, but now everybody somehow avoids drilling into the shell to mount it on the rim of the tom or holding the lug casings. Some drum companies do this better than others. PDP has the most aesthetically pleasing version of this, or at least this generation. The oval lugs, the old oval lugs, I think has the most aesthetically pleasing version of this. Other ones, you know, just the opposite of that, you'll have Gibraltar, which is the most universal. I mean, you can take any tom and retrofit it with Gibraltar's tom mounts, but they are just, I'm just being honest here, they're just ugly as sin. I just can't stand the look of those things. They work great. They work great though, all right? Yamaha, they do something a little different. They actually drill into the shell, but they say it's like some sort of magic place in the drum shell where it's not interfering with the resonance of the drum. I don't know how they know where the magic space is. I'm a bit skeptical. They sound great. They sound great, just not really a rim mount system. Pearl Drums has a great version of this where they actually grab the rim, probably my favorite version of it. That doesn't look as cool as the PDP, but my favorite version of it as far as its actual practical application, like remember me grabbing the rim as a kid and holding it up, I think that probably is the best way to do it, but I'm happy with what I got. The next thing, the next feature here, and I remember that I went to a clinic one time and John Good of DW Drums was there in Pittsburgh. It's an old drum store in Castle Shannon called Drum World. Oh, another DW. Moving on. He talked about the special tension rods that had, you know, let's just say like, I don't know how many more, but let's just say it's like twice as many threads per inch. Now, I understand the principle of it. More threads means there's more places along the way that it could stop as you're tuning the drum, as you're tightening down the lug. I'm a little skeptical about what kind of an effect that has. However, so many people have commented on the superior tuning of my toms that I'm making a video about it, so maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I shouldn't be so skeptical. Maybe there's something to it. It's called true pitch tuning, by the way. The specific sizes of the drums are as follows. I have an 18 by 22 inch kick, 5 by 14 inch snare drum. Now I'm going depth by diameter, by the way. Okay, so the toms then are 7 inches deep by 8 inch diameter. The 10 inch diameter tom is actually 8 inches deep. You have a 9 by 12, floor toms 12 by 14 and 14 by 16. Now, I think in the cymbal video I talk a lot more. This time, I'm just going to zip it and go back and do a sound check. For those of you who haven't actually played live shows, sound check, you get on the stage, sound engineer wants to hear you. You're probably in this order: kick, snare, and then down your toms. Then he wants to hear something you play all together. I'm going to go back and do that so you can just hear the drums slowly, one at a time. And let me know what you think. Write me something in the comments. I obviously read all my comments. Give me a like. Come see me next week. Don't go away. I'm going back to the kit.